I guess let's look back at the election. The country, a certain percentage of the country voted Trump into the power uh, for for cutting down the prices of groceries or bringing down the cost, or for reducing the crime, as well as making sure that uh, bring an end to the wars, or handling the immigration. I think those were the important issues on which he was voted. But democracy is not just about voting, it's also about ensuring that every voice is heard and every community thrives under a president's administration. Trump's actions are a step backward in this case. What we have seen in the last few days or 2 weeks or things of his series of executive orders, which basically excludes, series of different groups of communities which were very inclusive in President Biden's agenda or administration. For example, President Biden followed previous administration and continued advisory commission for the White House for ANHPI, Asian Americans, and President Trump has rescinded that executive order, and the commission is no longer there. So the voices and the issues of Asian Americans, which are very important, which are very different, whether it's a small business or issue related to small business, or language access, or immigration, or green card backlog, or mental health issues. Now, there's no direct way to raise those matters to the desk of the president so as to look at. And we have to see that in coming months or years, if he's going to, restart this important commission. What everybody is hearing through Twitter feeds is that H1B renewals, H1B, people are getting stuck in when they go for H1B renewal stamping after this administration come. They're not able to. Some people have been flights have landed in US and they're not able to enter the country. They have been sent back, and so many horror stories are coming up. So this is the impact of when you choose, the impact of who you vote for. Our community initially thought that voting for Trump means a stronger US-India relationship, but in spite of many, we I shared with them that it's not just about stronger US-India relationship. It's also about how what the policy impacts will happen on the Indian Americans living in US, and over 5 million people. And now we are seeing the impact on our communities, which is not a good sign. The whole election was about the prices of eggs and groceries, and as far as we see now, there's no immediate relief to the community members and people. Of course, I mean, today I saw on the Twitter feed the disintegration of US aid and agencies, and exposure of certain wasteful funding. I do welcome certain actions which has been taken by this administration to create more accountability. Everybody has to make sure that the taxpayers' money which is coming to the taxes is being well spent for the well-being of Americans, building roads, bridges, schools, airports, and providing facilities, and not going to unnecessary wars, or funding $50 million condoms in Gaza or things. So those are good steps. Provide around 280,000 students to come from India and study every year in US on F1 visa, and they contribute to the economy of our country by giving out anywhere from $60,000 to $100,000 per year for college education. So if we see we are allowing 280,000 to come in, we are giving 65,000 H1Bs, and now we are only giving green card to 7,000 or less every year. So there's a huge bottleneck. So either you remove the country cap and let them everybody come in the same pool, and number of green card which are issued, and whether it's coming from Venezuela, Bulgaria, Brazil, China, everybody has access to the same pool. That is the fair system, and that is a system I would urge President Trump and Elon Musk to look at it and change it, with support from the Congress and Senate and get a bill passed. It's important that the Democratic Party supporters engage in grassroots movements like the Day of Action, and which stress the community comes out and raise the issues which are important to our community and work at the grassroots level and bringing and fight the legislative battles. And the democratic vision is much more broader and different, and they talk about how to raise economic opportunity for all Americans and how to support them, whether it's a small farmer or a small business or big businesses. So we will take back our vision to the community, to the people, and we'll work for the midterm elections and then continue the fight.